So in this video, we're going to talk about what is called a market value rider in New York City real estate. This is a phrase which often comes up during the discussion about title insurance for a purchase here in New York City. I'm Nick at Housit. We can help save you money on your next purchase, sale, or rental in New York City, Long Island, the Hudson Valley, or South Florida. You can learn how by visiting housit.com. That's Housit with an A. So let's get started. So what is a market value rider? Well, let's take a step back and first start by reminding ourselves what title insurance is, because a market value rider is related to title insurance. So in New York City, you're buying a condo or a house, and you need to have some sort of protection against claims somebody might make against you and your property based on prior ownership of your apartment or your home. So this is where title insurance comes into play. At closing, one of your largest closing costs is title insurance. It is a one-time purchase for a policy which covers the value of your purchase during the lifetime of ownership against claims made by people who had prior ownership of your asset who come forward later down the line after you've already purchased. So if at some point after you purchase your apartment, somebody claims that they own it and it turns out that they actually do, well, your title insurance policy will cover the value of your purchase. And this is where the concept of a market value rider comes into play. What happens if this claim against the title of your apartment happens 25 years from now? Surely the value of your apartment has gone up significantly since then. But a traditional title insurance policy only covers your purchase price. It does not protect you in terms of the appreciation since you purchased your property. So when you're buying title insurance, they will ask you a question. They'll say, are you interested in buying a market value rider? And what the market value rider does is it actually floats the value of your insurance based on the market value. So over time, the value of your apartment goes up, and so does the coverage based on your title insurance policy, only if you purchase the market value rider. Now, typically, the market value rider is only a fraction of the cost of title insurance as a whole, which is usually roughly 0.4 to 0.5% of your purchase price. So when they ask you if you want to buy a market value rider, they're typically going to tell you that the cost is only a few $100s more. So it's a fairly de minimis cost relative to A, the cost of title insurance, and B, your overall buyer closing costs. So we highly recommend a market value rider essentially no matter what. However, we might suggest that you think a little bit about potentially not spending money on this if you are potentially flipping a property and you don't plan on holding it for more than a few years. Because ultimately, the risk of a claim on your title is quite low, and certainly if you're only holding it for a few years, there really can't be that much appreciation that you may potentially lose out on if a claim is made against your title. That being said, of course, the risk is non-zero of a claim against your title. So if you are a risk-averse person, like myself, I would always encourage you to purchase the market value rider from your title insurance company when you're making a purchase in New York City. And if you are looking to buy here in New York City, we can save you money here at Housit. You can learn how by visiting housit.com. That's Housit with an A. I'm Nick at Housit. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope to see you as a subscriber to our channel. And please let us know if you have any comments, leave them below the video. We'll see you on the next one.